Today I paint my very first Corvus Belli Infinity miniature. This miniature came with the Army Painter paint set, but I did not limit the colors I used with just the paint set. However, I did limit the method in which I painted this miniature. I just painted this miniature via basic layering. I did not use any wash or speed paints in the painting of this miniature. Sometimes we fuss about different painting methods and more complex painting methods to create well-painted miniatures. You don't need more advanced or complex painting methods like glazing and wet blending to produce a well-painted miniature. In this video, we'll teach you how. I'm Don, welcome to our studio. This channel is supported by all these awesome brands. Also, special thanks to the Army Painter for making this video possible. By the way, don't forget my discount codes and affiliate links down below. It won't cost you extra and it will help the channel. Also, you'll get some big discounts. We start this video with the unboxing of this Infinity Eugene paint set. And then the second part of the video is the painting, the actual painting of Zhanshi Paramedic. Like I mentioned earlier, I was about to paint the Glyph Warcore when this package arrived, and I fell in love with the Zhanshi Paramedic. She looks so beautiful. The paint set came with a step-by-step painting article or tutorial in the painting of the paramedic, but it's pretty good, but of course not as good as my PDF tutorials. Then you get 10 colors from the set, and they are labeled with the Infinity logo. They're kinda cool, but some overlap with the actual Warpaint's Fanatic colors. I'm not familiar with the Infinity armies yet, but I really like them. The first batch of miniatures that I assembled in Prime were the Combined Army Next Wave miniatures. You get a Nuclear Sunrise Speed Paint equivalent. You also get a Lava Orange and a Flickering Flame equivalent. Now you get a couple of unique colors, Frontline Drab and Chunkuo Skin. You get a Uniform Gray equivalent, and you get a Green Fluorescent Paint equivalent. You also get a Temple Gate Teal equivalent. And as usual, or in most cases, you get a cooler matte white and matte black with a different label. You do get a couple of unique colors though from this set. Unique colors are labeled on the sides of the bottle. Now it's time to clean, assemble, and prime the miniature. I used some plastic gears and then primed the miniature. Now we are ready to paint. As usual, we're using the Foxbite Artifact handle, and I tried to challenge myself by trying to paint with just one Kolinsky brush. Using just one size brush will be a good practice for brush control. But you'll see later in the video that I kinda gave up using just one brush. I ended up using a detailed Kolinsky brush also from Foxbite, so I kinda failed with my personal challenge. So I used a couple of Kolinsky brushes. We start the painting of this miniature with what I call foundation colors. Foundation colors are basically darker base colors. They are the darkest colors in the Warpaint's Fanatic range. Most of the colors or paints used as foundation colors are from the John Blanche collection. So far, the John Blanche collection or paint sets they're like the only sets that offer the darkest color in the Warpaint's Fanatic paint range. As usual with Warpaint's Fanatics, these colors have very good coverage. As mentioned earlier in the intro, we are painting this miniature via just basic layering. This is to show you that even with just basic, like a really basic method like layering, you could produce a good painted miniature. I'll share with you like a couple of tips on how to paint good miniatures with just basic layering later in the video. There are two main reasons why I like painting the foundation colors before painting the actual base colors. First, painting the foundation colors is a little bit more relaxing. You're not really that focused in painting the foundation colors. It's like a good warm-up before you paint the base colors. Second, your foundation colors are your initial shade or shadow colors. The foundation colors also serve like the border of your base colors later. You don't want to paint over like outside of your foundation colors. I must admit though that painting the foundation colors is the most time-consuming part of painting via layering. It's more time-consuming than the painting of the base colors and the layering towards the highlights. If you're getting value out of this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Now we switch with a smaller Kolinsky brush. I love painting with smaller brushes since I was a watercolor artist since I was 12 years old and we're used to using smaller brushes. The key to using smaller brushes when it comes to acrylic painting is to make sure that the paints only stay in the the first one-third part of the brush. Never allow the acrylic paints to run all the way towards the ferrule or the metal part of the brush. Now once you're happy with your foundation colors, it's a matter of just painting the base colors. Notice in the video that I'm painting the base colors only on the top area, not only, but mostly on the top areas of each element of the miniature. I also use the base colors in painting the edge highlights. Like, it's not the edge highlights yet, but it is your foundation color for the edge highlights later. Like I mentioned earlier, once you've painted your darker foundation colors, the painting of the base colors is much faster. Also, you've warmed up your hand or like your brush control already. It gets faster and faster or like less time in painting towards the highlights. Now I'm sure you'll ask, how much time, how many hours did I spend in the painting of this miniature? I'll tell you later in the video. Long-time subscribers know that my go-to painting technique is sketch and glaze. But people might find the word sketch a little bit intimidating or a little bit more complex. So we'll change it to base and glaze. And I know you guys, my subscribers, are a curious bunch. So do you want me to paint the next Infinity miniature via my old base and glaze painting? Or do you want me to paint a handful of Infinity miniatures via our double sponge shop or just with speed paints? So do tell me at the comment section below what Infinity painting video you want to see next. Oh, also, I'm waiting for a new airbrush to arrive here at the home studio, so I'll be painting the tag, the Juggernaut from the combined Next Wave Army with the airbrush. Anyways, going back to the painting, how do you tell a base color is the base color? The base color is not determined in terms of its value, its brightness or darkness. The base color is also not based on the saturation of the color. Practically, the base color is the most dominant color in the miniature at first glance. Now notice how I paint the base colors on the miniature. I like creating texture as I paint the base colors. I think there's one very important guideline when creating textures or painting the base colors and you want to produce textures. You have to paint along the shape of the miniature. If you're painting a curved surface, you should paint along the curved surface. Simply put, your paint strokes should complement the shape or the sculpt of the miniature. Now you'll notice at this point of the video, I'm painting the highlights already. I'm focusing on painting mostly on the edges of each element of the miniature, to create more separation and definition. More separation or definition in your painting in the different elements of the miniature will give you a cleaner look. Painting the edge highlights and the final highlights of the miniature may seem very time-consuming, but since we warmed up already with the painting of the foundation colors, and of course we have the foundation colors, this is actually faster than it seems. Now, before my final thoughts, a huge thanks to all my patrons at Patreon, Hajime Model Studio, and of course, The Army Painter for making this video possible. And we finish off the painting of the miniature with a few fluorescent paints and of course some FX paints. This method may look very linear, boring maybe, but it's a really good way to practice your brush control and your volumetric painting. I think there are two ways to come up with a well-painted miniature via just basic layering. First is to mix your transition colors. Like if you're painting yellow on top of orange, you may want to mix orange and yellow first before you paint yellow. By mixing more transition colors, you create very good blending without actually blending. Another way to create good transition with just basic layering is to paint textures, stipple or paint fine strokes when you're transitioning to another color. Layering is best visually described as a triangle. You paint smaller and smaller areas as the colors get lighter. You may do layering with a steeper, like a pointier triangle, or a fatter triangle. It really depends on how you want to paint your miniature. But then again, I hope I showed you that you could paint a well-painted miniature with just layering. Think of a triangle as you paint lighter colors on top of each other. The texturing that you did on the miniature will give the illusion that you actually did some blending. Even for more advanced painters, limiting yourself in terms of the method of painting is a pretty good exercise. Now, shameless plug ahead. If you like digesting, like reading PDF tutorials, painting tutorials, you might want to check my Patreon or our website, suratostudios.com. Also, I did a more comprehensive or more structured explanation in the painting of this miniature. I hope I did not bore you with this very linear painting method, but I hope I showed you that with just basic layering, you could produce a very well-painted miniature. If you think you're a little bit too advanced for just basic layering, I suggest that you add personal challenges. You could limit your palette or just use a monotone, like you could do value sketching, or limit the size of your brush. Although I failed, like with my personal challenge of just using one sized brush. That's it, Pansit. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, of course. Until next video, guys. Bye! If you like this video, do check out these other videos.